Yeah. Can't hardly hear him though. It's gonna be low. Oh, take your time.
I'm sorry. Just give me a minute here, okay?
Yep. Gotta play some music. Oh my
Alright, I'm back with you here. If you let me move into my office area, it's a cell phone. I'm glad to talk to you. Are you still there?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got fire away. Anything can help us, because a lot of people are just wondering.
Hang on, I'm getting to my office area where I can be comfortable here.
Take your time.
Sacramento, California.
You're in Sacramento?
Okay. A friend and I put this together and a list of accomplishments of the Obama-Biden administration. Find my copy of it. That's a separate list of his accomplishments for younger Americans. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, there's been two major tax decreases under the Obama administration. The first 2 years he was in office, the tax rates were brought down. The average American family of two working people saved on the order of $700 in taxes for the 9-10 year. Last couple of years up until now, there's a reduced taxes on FICA, amount of money you pay for Social Security. This is no means into the economy. Rescued the American auto industry. Romney and the other Republicans were real clear they would just let it go to hell. GM and Chrysler are doing well. They're paying back their loans. Uncle Sam, millions of jobs are saved in the auto industry. I'm just another people on this line. All kinds of.
This is Obama and Biden's accomplishments.
Democrats and Obama managed to get through the Wall Street regulation reform. There was no rules about derivatives trading, and that took only a few years for that to turn into an absolute disaster. Major banks went to town in an unregulated market. They had no rules, they had no law enforcement. It took them only 10 years after the law was passed to wreck the economy. It won't happen again. It's the Dodd-Frank bill that the president signed. Medicare. There's a lot going on about how he stole $700 million out of Medicare. The money was used to prop up Medicare. Medicare was slated to go bankrupt in 2016. $700 million was being pumped into it. The actuary, the person in charge of Medicare finances, now says it's solvent in 2024. He added 8 years to solvency. In addition, all the Medicare beneficiaries, not just became one, I just turned 65. We now get a free annual physical, tests like colonoscopies, women get mammograms without any copay whatsoever. Is in, and also the donut hole for people that have Medicare drug coverage. Outrageous donut hole is slowly being closed with the money that Obama put into it. He rescued Medicare. Republicans, of course, say they'll do away with this and we'll go back to being Medicare bankrupt in 2016. Still with me?
Yeah, but what's with the $7 trillion he spent? The $7 trillion you're talking about saving the auto industry. Where did all this money go? I mean, this is big spending, and who's going to pay for the Obamacare? I mean, there's not that many millionaires, billionaires that they can get it from. They're already taxed to death. It's got to be the middle class is shot.
Who pays for health care now? When somebody goes to the emergency room, who do you think pays for it?
Well, I mean, if you have insurance, insurance. If you don't, then the taxpayers pay for it.
That's correct. And excuse me.
Right, I see where you're getting at. Yeah.
And I'm one of the people who's been in the brutal individual
I hear you.
insurance market buying my own insurance for 20 years.
I hear you
At the
there.
time, my policy went from $45 a month to $800 a month. Excuse me if I'm a little tired of paying for everybody's
I hear you.
services in emergency rooms. Republicans say emergency room care is just fine. Let's go back to that.
That's what Republicans are saying?
The healthcare system in the United States is bankrupting us. It costs twice as much here to insure a person as any other civilized country in the world.
I hear you.
Obamacare is a good program to try to stem some of that. Okay?
What about the physicians that are going to be getting half?
Routine health care, then they don't wind up going to emergency rooms so often.
Well,
People die in this country because of neglect, because they can't get health care coverage until they show up really desperately sick in an emergency room. Do you think that's right?
all right. So he's doing this so people will get it. You have to.
I'm answering your question.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the question?
Do you think it's right that thousands of people die each year in this country because they can't get health care until they're so sick they have to show up in an emergency room and then it's too late and they're dead? Do you think that's correct?
No, I don't agree with that at all. I agree with you.
And what's your solution?
Well,
Everybody's fine and criticizing Obamacare. What's your solution?
well, if we had better economy, if we had better to get jobs, I mean, I think employers should have health care. I think it should be provided at your work, but we just have an overpopulation problem here. We have everyone coming over getting.
Some employers would like to provide it. They can't afford it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The basic
I know, but there's going to be nothing here. I mean, yes, we're going to have a great.
And large part of that cost is driven by the fact that so many people have to rely on emergency room care, which is the ultimate expensive thing.
I hear you.
What it costs you to spend an hour in a emergency room situation. A friend of mine went a couple weeks back. The bill was $3,000, which she has no way to pay. What kind of nonsensical system is that?
But let me, because I'm a human service major. I took community human services. Shouldn't we, all right, because now we know the problem got out of hand all these years. I mean, you're in California, I'm in New York. You know about the welfare system, right? Right?
What do I know about the
Well, you know how, all right, back in the 80s, how you had one kid, then you had another kid get more money, and more kids, and they just stay reliant on the system. Then they get the Medicaid, the Medicare, whatever.
Well, Mitt Romney, you can tell us what you think of poor America.
Well, what about Clinton back in 1992 when he proposed the thing there, the work program where, you get married.
Why are we talking about Clinton? I thought we were talking about Obama.
I know, I'm just, I would just start off saying, I'm going to tell you why I'm a human service major, but I was going to say we should get it at the heart where it starts, like in high school. We should educate people to maybe get married, maybe get a job, maybe have kids, and stick with them, instead of all this stuff that we got now, that we're just now, I mean, people in the 50s came to America. People in the 50s came to America for a better life.
Do you understand that through Republican...
That's just a handout, though. Don't you see how it's just a handout?
Wages have been stagnant.
Yeah, but there's...
The time they went up was briefly under Clinton in the late 90s.
Clinton just made this into a big business. All politicians make everything into a big corporation, big businesses. I mean, that's what it is.
I'm trying to talk about fundamental problems the country faces, whether you're in New York or California.
All right.
American jobs do not pay enough for people to do things like buy health insurance.
All right, but why are you talked about the thing for students? Or why is this? Why send people to college if there's no jobs? And then to pay off like $100,000 loan that's going to take them till they're 80 years old to pay off. Why even go to school if there's no jobs?
You know what the taxpayers of California did this for me once upon a time?
What?
There was a different ethic in the country when liberalism ruled.
Liberals.
I got to go to the state university here. Never paid over $75 a semester.
That was good.
Had no student debt. Went to work, paid back the taxpayers of California for their investment in me. What's happened to those days? Why do we have endless amounts of money for business, welfare for the rich? Why do we have endless amounts of money for every arms system that you can imagine?